Never had that from other people. You guys might say that, but other people that I've been in contact with before in my earlier life,
mm-hmm.
That was never, then. This is now.
They've never reciprocated that, and I didn't go. Like I had a college professor. She's like, I know. She said she hit me with the, oh, I know you must have had a easy way through school because of that face, but you're gonna have to work in my class. I looked at that lady like, what the like. What are you talking? Like I almost cursed at her. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what the like? What are you what? That's something I was like, yo, like, my face and the way that my face and the way that I carry myself hasn't brought me through anything. All I've had to do is work twice as hard, 10 times harder than anybody else to get to where I am today. So like, I never had a leg up. I don't feel that I've had a leg up. I don't like because of the way that I look. So I think that's like bogus. And then, I mean, if you want to get into like emotional or mental insecurities, I mean, yeah, I guess I can't take a compliment. So I guess
no, you cannot.
That's a form of
at all. Like you give
Internal
them a compliment
abuse.
and then something comes right after.
That's a form of internal abuse.
Oh God, shut up, guys. All right.
It's like, Joseph, your shoes look nice. Well, I mean, I
Use
don't
a
think
dirt
they
mark
look
right
that
Nah, okay, I don't go like
they're
that.
kind of old.
Well, you're a few months old. And
No, I
dirt
said
mark.
I
need a clean.
I'm not rolling with that one. Cause you know
You're
when I got
weird.
Nah, cause when I got the new Nikes, the blue ones, y'all be like, yeah, man, those are some nice shoes. I was like, yeah, man, I got them my first paycheck, dog. You feel me?
You gotta see the metaphor. That metaphor for the shoe is for you.
Oh.
No, there's a little dirt mark. No, man, it was.
Well,
No, man, nothing's perfect. But you take.
I'm definitely gonna be honest
like
with myself.
But you want to be honest, but you don't want to be a buzzkill. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather be a buzzkill than being overly optimistic.
Buzzkillington.
Oh, but that's like you know, old me, like saying like I'd rather be a buzzkill than being overly optimistic because I don't want to be that guy in the room who's like, yeah, I'm awesome.
No, you just say thanks.
Nah.
Oh, bro, thanks, man.
Yeah,
that's
it.
it.
Then you hit the awkward silence afterwards.
No, just be like, yeah, I tried, thanks.
I don't
You
want
and why don't you follow it up with a compliment?
Yeah.
To them, like, oh, I really like your shirt too, man. I like this shade of blue on you. Like, you know, you don't gotta say it like that. That sounds really weird, but.
If a girl's like, oh, you're cute. Yeah, I like your face. Face is great.
Whoa.
You know, and that's like
No,
that's like
my
awkward and
go-to-
funny.
My go-to would be like for that. I mean, that's never really happened, but like my go-to would be like, you look, what was I? I forgot. You look nice too, I guess.
No, you're not supposed to have lines memorized, man. It's just spontaneous.
I guess you could say that's another form of insecurity. When I was a kid, I was learning how to speak English, and I guess that was something that I felt that I had to have everything scripted out, like something for every interaction, because I genuinely didn't know what to say. So I was like, I'd like copy shows that I watched or something like that, and I'd be like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna see. That was freaking awesome. I'm gonna say that next time. So I see this person. So that's how I really got through, like, you know, like speaking English and stuff like that. I mean, now it's like easier because now I know the language a lot more. But like, yeah, I guess you could say that that's another insecurity that I have. I guess, like, I don't know how to speak English very well. So like, which isn't true because I think I can speak it pretty well. But like, like that's something that I will say.
I forget you can speak Spanish sometimes. That's how you speak English.
I actually had that happen to me today. There's this kid and I was training and he's like, and I've trained him for a while and he's like, I had to call my aunt and then he looks at me like, huh? Because I was speaking Spanish and he's like, I don't know your Spanish. I'm like, yeah, man.
My reaction when I first met him.
You just look like an average American Joe. Well, not average, because I mean,
yeah,
one's kind of obese. But
he's like, I'm calling my mom. I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's
you can speak Spanish?
I guess that's another thing too. I don't like that people like treat me different as soon as that is especially with like black people. Definitely, that's another insecurity of mine. People really treat me different after they find out that I can speak Spanish.
I forget every single time I see you, honestly.
Yeah, because I've had that comment where it's like they learn I can speak Spanish, and then like maybe I have a coworker who can speak Spanish, and then like we talk back and forth, and then like it's no longer us niggas. It's like it's us niggas and you niggas. You feel me? Like it's like wait, so I'm not a part of the crew no more? And it's like nah, man,
Like,
because you
just
Spanish, bro. You're not like us.
Spanish.
And I'm just like, well, that's cool. Which is kind of like why I like have the thoughts of that specific subject different than other people because I've always been like, separated.
I feel like I go through tests every time I meet a black person.
Yeah.
Like I have to check some marks off with every black like. It's like they run the check with me just to see if I'm there.
Yeah.
Like they do the nod. I'm like, alright, what's good, man? Hey, what's up, man? Like it's like this unspoken check.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh,
are
you with us? Or are you
with
like
them,
other people?
Yeah.
Like and it's
with me with
so
that
funny.
With me that check doesn't really happen. As soon as they figure out I can speak Spanish, it's like nope. And then the other thing I really hate is people automatically think I'm a Dominican, and I hate that with a passion. I hate being called Dominican. And not that I have anything against Dominican people, it's just that I'm not Dominican, I'm Panamanian. There's a difference. Any more insecurities?
It's like being Cuban and being called Mexican.
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. I hate that. And a lot of Cubans are black, actually. Any more insecurities? I think I covered speech. I think I covered emotional. Did I cover emotional? I don't like people leaving me.
Me either.
I guess. Huh? You good?
Oh, what? What's going on?
Fuck
Oh,
you.
okay. We're back.
That was terrible. He's an actor.
I thought he had to use the bathroom.
No, I thought he was gonna go. Or he's gonna pause the video. I was like,
what's going on? I'm ready to run.
I don't like people leaving. Just because my sister did that early in my life, and that really messed me up. Just police involved and stuff. So I don't like that. What else? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I say that I'm stronger than I am, and when things happen, I'm like, damn. And I just have to suck it up and keep moving, because things like that happen. I guess pride would be one. I think I've figured that out recently.
Now, is that a fault or insecurity?
I think it could be both, because it's a fault in the fact that I have a lot of pride. Like, I have a lot of pride when it comes to like arguments, I guess, and then like, and then
So you say it's a fault that's rooted in insecurity?
It's rooted not that it's rooted in insecurity, because like, okay, I'd be in an argument and like I'm like not super prideful, but then like fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. It's an insecurity because like I feel like I don't take myself not seriously, but I don't care about myself enough. So it's like pride, me having a false sense of pride in myself when it really should be like a real sense of pride. I don't know, it's like something like that, something really deep, and I mess it up. What else?
So let me see if I can understand that. So you're saying that you have pride to make up for your lack of confidence.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, maybe.
I have that too sometimes.
Maybe.
All the time.
That's...
Wow.
Stop
it. What else, man? There's a lot of things. I don't know, man. I used to think that I wasn't like cool enough, and I used to think that I still think I'm a dork, but I'm okay with it more now.
Cool.
Guys, stop trying to be cool. Whatever grade you're in, if you're in elementary school or college or whatever, stop trying to be cool.
But I feel like once I stopped, like, okay, so I felt like, oh, I gotta be cool, like in 6th grade. Then I was homeschooled. Then I stopped caring as much. When I got to high school, and then that's when people were like, bro, you look like you're super cool, bro. Like people I met, like they're tolerable. Yeah, people were like, oh yeah, you're really cool, man. And I was like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. And And yeah, with that too, the way that I interact with people, I guess I could be an insecurity because I don't really let people in. I treat people as like I was about to say test
like
subjects.
A placemat.
No, I don't use people like placemat. I'm way more caring than that. I was gonna say test subjects. That's not true.
Guinea pig.
No, I just don't. I don't care about. Well, no, that's not true because I do care about people. I don't know.
Make up your mind, man.
It's a word that I can't describe. Like I don't particularly. I'm not an ass, and I don't treat people like terribly or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I guess a lot of people would think I'm their friends, and I'm really not. Or a lot of people would think that my relationship with them would be a friendship, and in my eyes, I don't see it as such. I think that's the best.
It's just acquaintances.
Yeah, people think that they're a lot closer to me than what they are. I guess.
Okay.
But that's just because I'm genuinely a nice person. And people don't know that I just like I give everybody like that face value. Yeah, you feel me? I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about today.
All right, on to me. Because we're 34 minutes into this.
Jesus, why'd you let me go for so long?
I was wondering why I let you go for so long.
I was just, you know,
an asshole. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I was just seeing what else you have to say. I'm not gonna stop you. Like, all right, man.
Yeah, you should have done that.
I mean, it's your story. I want you to tell your story.
No, I don't.
Someone might find light in your story.
I was about to be like, fuck that. Alright, go ahead.
Alright. My insecurities. Boy, do I have many.
Let's hear 'em.
So, one of my insecurities is, well, yeah, like he was saying, the pride to make up for lack of confidence in myself. I feel like I've always tried to please other people, and
that's good for me too.
Yeah, and like I molded my personality in a way that would appease certain people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not really everyone. I guess on like a minor scale, maybe in like high school, there's certain situations I had to adapt to. I would sort of not really tweak my personality, but I don't know. I guess tweak my personality. It wasn't like real sometimes. Yeah.
Just for the situation, you would adapt to that certain situation.
Which there's nothing wrong with adapting to a situation. You should always adapt to a situation. You shouldn't talk to your friend the same way you're going to talk to some business owner who wants to give you an opportunity or something.
Yeah.
Or to a casting director or to your future coach, right? You're not. It's two different levels.
Yeah.
You're not sacrificing your personality. You're just adapting it into a different situation, right? You're not a person that only plays one string.
Yeah.
You have multiple tools in your tool belt. So, with the pride, because I've tried to change my personality in a way, because at those points I wasn't adapting, I was just changing. Whenever I'd get a negative reaction on something I would do, I would immediately try to change it. So I'm like, oh, people aren't happy about that. And I don't want to be annoying anymore. I want to be cool and liked. So I'm going to have to change that, right? I have like a mental list in my head. I'd have a list in my head of like of like things, and I would say like, okay, like I would say in my head in high school, I'd be like, all right, be cool, calm, and collected. Be cool, and I would like repeat this all day long with every situation I was in. Be cool, calm, and collected over and over and over. And I would jam out to certain music that would speak to me at that point, and without realizing it, emulate that persona that I wanted and that I felt would make me be understood more, I guess. It gave me a way to, and I talked about this in another video, but it gave me a way to speak without speaking. Mm-hmm. Like Eminem put words in my mouth that, put words in my mouth that I couldn't I couldn't formulate myself, you know. Um, so I think that was a big part. I feel like everyone kind of goes through that growing up, but if you never learn how to break out of that, you're just subject to keep repeating the same things and fall into a false sense of security within yourself until someone comes around and questions it, and then your whole life is like, whoa, I've been living a lie. Um, which, better sooner than later to do that. Another insecurity I have is sometimes I feel like I'm not black enough. That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm around like, other black people, and I feel like I should be able to fit in because I got like some white in my genes. I feel like I'm never really seen as like an equal, I guess. Even though I've never been treated badly,
I mean, I can attest to that too. But I mean,
like,
for me, I just, like I said, as soon as I speak Spanish, I get ostracized.
I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not black enough. I'm not Jamaican enough when I come around and other Jamaicans and like asking me where I'm from and this and that. I'm like, I was born here, but my family on my mom's side was all born in Jamaica. So they brought that culture all the way over here with them, and I grew up in that culture. I grew up in a Jamaican household the majority of the time. So because my family's from there, because I grew up in the culture, and that's my lineage, I'm a Jamaican.
I don't think I ever had that happen to me. I think it's because I lived in Panama and I was born there. But I've felt that a couple of times too. Like other Panamanians, especially when they listen to my last name, they're like, "Oh," they start speaking to me and everything. But bro, I do not know half the stuff you're talking about. But I enjoyed the conversation.
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's a big one for me. And I'm slowly getting out of that. Like, most of these insecurities are things that I'm already working on and already growing past. Just because, like, once you acknowledge that you have an insecurity and you work to find the root of the problem, it becomes so much easier to like deprogram yourself or to like pull out the root instead of continuing to water it, right? Like, the root of that was I'd have certain family members telling me that like I was mostly white or that I wasn't really Jamaican or whatever. And that would make me rethink myself and my my family, my lineage, how like not really my place in the world, but who I was. Because no matter what, your race is part of who you are. That's your culture. Your culture is part of who you are. As an individual in a society, that's part of who you are. It doesn't have anything to do with your soul, per se, but it's part of who you are and where you fit in with your family and whatnot. It's part of your identity.
Have you ever dealt with like sorry to cut you off, but like have you ever dealt with insecurity of success or insecurity of like reaching your goal or insecurity that like you could attain this but you're, I guess you could say, afraid or you have fear of what would happen afterwards or what if you fail you don't take a step to do that because that was a big thing for me.
I have a fear of success because I don't do as much as I could be doing, right? If I feel like if I wasn't scared of success, I'd be doing a lot more. I'd be putting out more content. I'd be working on my singing more. I'd be working on my music more, on my acting more. That's not to say that I don't work on them. But I would just be putting out more content and pushing every single avenue that I could
to get to where you want
to get to where I want to be. And I feel like if I wasn't afraid, I would be utilizing these things way more, you know, especially with certain contacts that I have, especially with just certain people in my family that are at a place that I want to be at, and then surpass at a point.
Yeah, like that's
So
the only reason why I asked is because I was thinking about it today. One of the kids I train, like a lot of the kids I train are like good, like I'm good friends with them, but one of them is playing for USA basketball.
mm-hmm.
Another one is ranked 39th in the country out of the top 100 kids in and like 14 and up. Like my coach has been to like all these different places, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I get super insecure when people are like,
And I be giving him that work.
Like,
Carl, you know I be giving you that damn work, boy.
When people are like,
feel me?
well, hello, back to the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
I'm letting y'all talk.
I mean, you could like, you know.
you. All right.
Anyway.
So,
Nah, nigga. Nah.
like, yeah, definitely. Like when people like, I'll have a scene with someone, or like I'll have a part in a play, and someone will be like, "Yo, that was the best part of the play." I'm just like, I mean, yeah, the whole cast was great. The cast was, they're like, "Nah, man, your part was like the best part. You should have done this. You should have gotten this and this and that." And I'm just like I feel pressure, and I feel like it's taking away from the work that everyone else put in, right? Like, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm shining too bright, and it's taking away from other people. And I guess I should just say whatever and shine, and still give like respect and where it's due.
That would be like too much compassion or too much something. But it'd be a too much of a positive emotion. I just don't know exactly what it would be called.
Yeah, I get like that too. Like recognition is great, but I feel like when I get too much of it, it's like people start expecting that level out of me
on a consistent basis,
which isn't bad because you should always be better